this branch is going straight through the crown. It's not, it's always going to be crossing. It's never going to, I mean obviously once it's out the other side, it's on its own, but it's stopping you getting free flow of air through the crown. So you want that out. So again, a two-stage cut. So let's take the weight off first. And as you do your pruning, you also have an idea of how much of the crown you're taking out. You don't really want to take more than about a third of the crown. So that was the first cut. Now the second cut, as I said, we want to take it back to the main stem. And what you're looking for here is what's called the branch collar. And the branch collar is where the branch widens as it meets the stem. So it varies on tree to tree, species to species, but generally speaking, a branch will be fairly uniform and will flare as it reaches the stem. What you don't want to do is cut off that flare, because that is the point at which it's going to heal. That's where there's going to be strong cambium growth to heal. And so what's talked about in terms of bad cuts is flush cuts. When, if you read an old pruning book, they'll talk about flush cuts. Completely wrong, don't follow it. Because by creating a flush cut, you create too big a wound, and you also take away the material, which is the best material for wound, creating wound. And so ideally what we want is a nice small cut, which is going to heal over fairly quickly. So on this tree, that's about there. It's quite hard to be really precise, other than on kind of classic branches where you can demonstrate. If you look at that, I've cut it just as it's begun to flare, yeah? And so I've not gone flush with the bark. Flush with the bark would have been down there, yeah? That would have been a flush cut, would have created a wound probably almost twice the size. This also is kind of going all over the place. And that, what's happened there is that's got bent. And so it's gone in the wrong direction. So again, two cuts, and this one is a bit tighter because it doesn't flare so much. So again, in that case, I can go very close because I'm not taking off a root flare, a branch collar flare, but I'm still not right against the bark. There is still a gap. So just systematically repeating the very simple bits, just taking out these crossing branches. So where you've got these branches which are twisted, you want to work out what angle it actually goes onto the stem in. And that's the angle at which you want to prune it. Because you want that nice, tidy, small wound fairly close to the stem. Where you're pruning, you don't tend to want to leave horizontal upward wounds because water can sit on them. You may have not much choice ultimately, but ideally a sloping wound. See, what we want is we want light getting to these. This is where your fruit is. Fruit on plums tends to grow on 1 or 2 year old wood. So different varieties and different species produce the fruit on different bits of wood. Most fruit generally comes on 1 or 2 year old wood. It doesn't come on really old wood. So what the idea of pruning is to promote air and light to the fruit producing areas, and also to promote growth of those pieces of wood that are going to produce fruit. You can also see on this there are some branches which have been pruned lower down and they've died back. That often happens if you prune a lower branch back. Usually if you're pruning a lower branch on a slightly more mature tree like this, you want to take it back to the stem because it's just going to get shaded out and end up dying. The reason why we're pruning the plums today, which you don't tend to prune in the winter, is because of a series of diseases which plums and cherries will get if they're pruned in winter. There's bacterial and fungal diseases which they're particularly prone to, and they're less prone to by doing it in summer, partly because a lot of the fungal diseases like silverleaf aren't present in the summer. They sporulate in the autumn, so that's when they're present. But also because the primary defence that Prunus cherries and plums have is gum. They produce a gummy substance. That's why you get gum poison from cherries. That's why that's what rosin for violins is made from. So by doing this should produce a certain amount of gummy exudation. So you don't worry if there's a bit of gum coming out. That's the tree sealing the wound and preventing any bacterial infection. Bear in mind which direction the bud is that you're pruning back to, because that's the direction that the branch is going to grow. So I've just pruned this back, but not all the way back. So you will almost always have a bud just beneath the leaf. So there's your leaf, and there's a bud just in the crux there. So if you prune back, well, let's use this one as an example. If I prune back, bearing in mind this is the tree, and I'm pruning that way, if I prune back to there, the tree will grow that way, because that's the side that the bud is on, yeah? If I prune back to there, it will grow that way, yeah? Partly depends on light. It may start off going that way, but if the light's that way, it will move. But that's how you kind of get direction in your pruning.
Hedgerows are crucial habitats in the Welsh landscape for a myriad of species. Indeed, they are home to 47 species of conservation concern, including 13 which are globally threatened.
Many species of bats use hedgerows and other linear features for navigation, for foraging, for roosting. Dormice are classically a species that are associated with hedgerows and woodland habitats. Hedgehogs as well are another species, and they find really significant, important cover at the base of hedgerows.